So we'll learn this tense today, future perfect tense and even future perfect continuous tense, two more left. And then when we complete all the tenses at one time, we'll do the revision, a quick revision of all the tenses together. So let's see now, future perfect tense, the form RJ. How do we know that the subject is in future perfect tense? The subject, we all know, will be there. Then will or shall, depending on the subject. If the subject is he, I or we, then we may use shall. But it's all right nowadays to use even for I and we will. Even for I and we can use will today, these days. And will, these two auxiliary verbs, helping verbs must be there. Then plus have. Have is also needed. Then the past participle. Past participle means the third form. So you can see there, he will have written. He is a subject, will is the auxiliary verb, helping verb. Then again, have is there, have is also the auxiliary verb, plus the third form of write. The third form is written. Okay, written a letter. Good morning, Sadin.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. So he will have written a letter. You can see there, subject is there, he, will is there. Either of this auxiliary verb, then have must also be there, then written. The main verb should be the past participle, the past form, past participle form, or the third form of the main verb should be there. She will have sung a song. She will have, after have, always we have to use the third form, sing, sang, sung. And that's why they have used here sung, the third form, the past participle form. Then they will have dug a hole. They will have dug, again after have, dug, the third form, dig, dug, dug. Okay. So when do we use? Now we know the forms already, the form we have learned. Now let's see the usage. How do we use, or for what purpose do we use the future perfect tense? The future perfect tense is used to indicate the completion of an action by a certain future time. One particular certain, we don't know exactly, but in the future, at a certain point, at a particular point in the future, the action indicate the completion of action in the future. Okay, when the work will be done, completed in the future, for that action we use the future perfect tense. For example, here, they will have built the bridge by March next year. They will have built the bridge by March next year. In Corby we translate mo neng March an lo pulote March kili lo pulote laso dolong ki kim asai bangke jut et po patang et po alang tum. They will have built the bridge by March next year. The work is not completed, the work has not even started, but in the future, if there's a plan, if there's something, a plan, and if there's a decision, people have decided to complete one bridge by March next year. It should not cross March, but within March, if the work is decided to be completed in the future, then you can use this sentence. They will have built the bridge by March next year. Asal dia cengcelang, pangceng silang, kijut alam ke pilam pangceng anda pangceng moneng alam, sita marchan pangalatum patang etpo. That is the meaning of this. Okay, they will have built the bridge by March next year. Then, before you go to see him, he will have left the place. Before you go to see him, he will have left the place. Nang alang li pan lang dam dia prangsi, alang li bangke haladak pendam etpo. Before you go to see him, he will have left the place. It's Evan. You haven't gone there also. Not yet. But you are deciding. But in the future, if you go there, then he'll not be there. He would have left the place. He will have left the place. So that's the meaning of this. Nang li alang li pandam dea prangsi, alang li bangke haladak pendam etpo. That is the meaning. Or I shall have finished the job by 10 a.m. the day after tomorrow. Penabdik, 10 bayi prang ma 10 prang ma 10 bayi kili lo polo tela so asai bangke alang ni bang pajut etpo. Sai ki klem pajut etpo penabdik 10 bayi prang an lo polo te. That is the meaning of this sentence. I shall have finished the job by 10 a.m. the day after tomorrow. I shall have finished the job by 10 a.m. the day after tomorrow. Penabdik adap 10 bayi lolo polote nila bangso asai ki klem ke patang etpo. That's the meaning of this. Not yet started, not yet begun, but there's a decision, a plan that a work will be completed by that time. So that's the meaning. So you can see there, let's remove this one. So we know this is affirmative. They will have built the bridge by March next year. This is affirmative. Let us change this to negative. Jaren, will you please try this one? Let us change this to negative.
Which one, sir?
This one. They will have built the bridge by March next year. Then let us change to negative. Simply, we have to insert not in the sentence.
They will not have built the bridge next year.
By next year. They will not have built. They will not have built the bridge by March
next year.
This is negative. Let's change this to interrogative. They will have built the bridge by March next year. They will have built the bridge by March next year. That's affirmative. Let us change to interrogative. Okay, Sadin will, yeah. Okay, Jiren or anyone? Yes, Jiren will try. Anyway, you can try Jiren if Sadin already knows this.
Yes.
Okay. You can try, Jiren. Will they
have?
Will they have? Yes. Will they have
build the bridge by March next year?
Yes. Will they have built the bridge? B-R-I-D-G bridge by March? Okay, this is
interrogative.
interrogative. Now next, negative interrogative.
One day
Yes. One day
have built
one day have built the bridge
by March
by March next year. Negative interrogative. Okay, we have all the four kinds of sentences, and now even the question tag will be like before. Simply we have to use will and won't. Here, they will have built the bridge by next year. The question tag will be in the first sentence. Okay, let me remove this. We'll use the... Are you writing this? No, I think, Jiren.
I screenshot.
Okay. Let's add question tag to these sentences. Two sentences. One is affirmative, the other one is negative. Okay, let's use here a question tag. They will have built the bridge by March next year. So what should be the question tag here? What question? They will have built the bridge by March next year. So how do we, what is the question tag we need to use here?
Sunday.
No, you have to see the auxiliary verb. Which auxiliary verb is used there?
Will.
Yeah.
One
Yeah, it will be won't.
Huh?
It will be won't. Okay, won't. Short form of will not. It is won't. One day. One day. Okay. It means alang tum kum et po ma kim et ejima. That is the meaning of ma kim kejima, something like that. It will be one day. They will have built the bridge by March next year, won't they? Okay, they will have built the bridge by March next year, won't they? Okay, so when it is affirmative, the question text should be negative, won't they? Okay, let's try this one. This is negative. Won't they? They will not. They will have built the bridge by March next year, won't they? Okay. Then this, let's put the question tag here as well.
Will they?
Will they? Yes. Will they? This is not a problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The only thing you have to remember is this one. Won't they? When will is there, remember, the negative will be won't. Short form will be won't. It will be will not. When you write, it will be will not. It's will not. But when you use in speaking, it's better to use won't. The short form of will not is won't. That's what we have to use in question tag. We can't use will not in question tag. Question tag means it should be in contracted form, short form. So here you have to use won't they. But here it's all right, will in the second one, will they, because this is affirmative. This is not negative, so you can use will they. But when you use the negative, you have to use the contracted form, like won't they, doesn't it, hasn't it, okay, hasn't he, all those. So it's all right. You have taken the screenshot, Jiren, this particular slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do some exercises for more understanding.
Okay.
Each sentence contains a blank space where you should fill in the correct form of the verb in the future perfect tense. So in the future perfect tense, the tense which we have learned just now, we have to use the verb in that form, in the future perfect tense, and fill up the blank. They have given us the base verb there, finish, in the first one, but we have to use the correct form of the verb in the future tense. So number one, let's start. You may read this and fill up the blank. Jiren.
By the time she arrives, I have finished.
I will.
I will have finished
Mm. I
all
will have
my assignments.
assignments. What is the spelling of finished here?
Ed must be
Yeah, ed
added.
must be there. Finish, finish, finished. By the time she arrives, I will have finished my assignments. Okay, number two, Sadin. You also need to improve your pronunciation as well.
They promise that they will have cleansed the entire house before the guests arrive.
Yes, they promise that they will have cleaned. They promise that they will have cleaned the entire house before the guests arrive. Okay. Let's try number three. Jiren.
By next summer, he will have traveled to 5 different countries.
Yes. By next summer, he will have traveled to 5 different countries. Number four, Sadin.
I'm sure she will have read the book before the movie adaptations comes out.
Yes. I'm sure she will have read that book before the movie adaptation comes out. Jiren, number five is for you.
By the time end of the month, we will have saved enough money for our vacation.
Yes. By the time of the month, we will have saved enough money for our vacation. Then number six, Sadin.
By the time he turns 30, he will have lived in the city for 15 years.
By the time he turns 30, by the time he turns 30, by the time he turns 30,
By
he
the time he turns
30, okay? By the time he turns 30, when you say 30, your tongue should go up and touch the teeth, upper teeth, 30. By the time he turns 30,
by the time he turns 30,
yes, 30, he will have lived. He will have lived in this city. Yeah, lived in this city for 15 years. Okay. Then number seven is for you, Jiren.
She said she will have completed the marathon before sunset.
Yeah, she said she will have completed the marathon before sunset. Okay. Number eight, Sadin.
By the time, okay.
It's okay.
By the time, by the time the concert starts, they will have finished. They will have practice for months.
Yes. By the time the concert starts, they will have practiced for months. Okay. Number 9, Jiren.
I hope they will have visited all the major landmarks in the city by the end of their trip.
Yes, good. I hoped, this is okay, hoped. I hoped they will have visited all the major landmarks in the city by the end of the trip. Okay. Number 10, Sadhin.
But by this time next year, they will have graduated from college.
Yes. By the time next year, he will have graduated from college. Okay, good. All of you. So then we have no any confusion with this present perfect tense, Jiren.
Yes, sir.
Shall we go to the next then, the last future perfect continuous tense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's not so hard, future. Future perfect continuous tense. So you can see, look at the name, future perfect. Future mean is going not yet happen, is going to happen. Perfect mean in the future that work will be completed. Not only completed, but it will be continuous. Pangchang etmo and klemvoy putang bombo. That type of action in the future, which will be started and which will be going on in the future. If you want to talk about that action, then you have to use the future perfect continuous tense. Okay. So the future perfect continuous tense is a verb form used to describe an ongoing action that will be happening continuously up to a specific point in the future. Pini mo afrang pini asai la po cheng po la pen dambom elong dim an klem boy dambom po la sona sai ha isia point an isia adi aporan mula son asai apansi you have to use future perfect continuous tense. So it combines elements of both the future tense so future tense here, future tense indicating that the action will happen later, future let's say one month more, and the perfect continuous aspect. Perfect continuous pala de asai bang dang bompo. Cheng na cheng et mo past channel sa dang bompo, indicating a continuous action that started in the past and is going on. Let's see example. The basic structure. Subject dunang po will have been. These three auxiliary verbs must come together. Like a thom la budurap chomni. Will have been. Will have been. Then the ing form, will have been. These three helping verbs should stay together. Will have been. Durap chomni. Will then have been. Plus ing form. That's all. Subject will have been. Kathom. Durap chom will have been. Then the ing form of the verb. Ing will be added to the main verb. It's very simple. Subject will have been plus ing form verb, ing form of the verb, of the base verb or the root verb. Now let's break it down further. Subject, we all know that this is the person or thing performing the actions. When we say a subject in a sentence, it means it is the person or the thing who is doing the action. That noun is called the subject. Okay. The number 2 will have been. These are the auxiliary verbs used to form the future perfect tense, like a Tom. Will have been. They should be combined. Will is the modal auxiliary indicating future. Will is the auxiliary verb. indicate will ke pilo. It means the future. With indicates the future. Have is used to indicate the perfect tense. Have, because for perfect tense, have is needed. Have or has is needed. So here it will be have is used for the perfect tense, and been is used for the continuous. Will means it is pointing to the future. Have is pointing to the perfect tense, and been is pointing to the continuous. The see, future, will means future, have means perfect, and been means continuous. Yes, will meaning will means future.
Future.
Yeah, have means perfect
perfect.
tense, and been means continuous. And that's why we have to use these three auxiliary verbs to indicate future perfect continuous tense. Okay. And you know verb ing, this is the main verb in this continuous form. For example, working, reading, buying, etc. So it's very simple. Three parts are there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, here are some examples to illustrate, to make it more clearer, to make us understand more. We will have some examples here, sentences. Example sentences. Number one, I will have been studying for 3 hours by the time you arrive. I will have been studying for 3 hours by the time you arrive. So what does it mean here? Nang kele an hut pulote ni bangke 3 ghonta porhe bom an po. That is the meaning of this. Ghonta ke tham an ke porhe bom po. Porhe et po. Patang mani dambom po. I will have been studying for 3 hours by the time you arrive. So perfect continuous. Tin ghonta tatang et po la penay porhe bom po. Porhe bom katang tin ghonta an po nang kele an ke. That is the meaning of this. I will have been studying for 3 hours by the time you arrive. Perfect, because already completed 3 hours, but still going on by the time you arrive. This means that at the moment of arrival, you will have been studying continuously for 3 hours. You will have been studying continuously for 3 hours. Cheng lang sita nang bang lo polote ne hola sebang ke patang tin konta patang et po la penako por hibom po. That is the meaning of this sentence. I will have been studying for 3 hours by the time you arrive. So if you have something to say about that meaning, pinilason ki mindang polote nang le, you can use this future perfect tense. Because some situations happen in life where we have to express this type of actions. So that's why sometimes we need to use the future perfect continuous tense. Then number two, she will have been running the marathon for 5 hours when she finishes. La kipajut po dogdog manajut po hot pungke alang bangke 5 ghonta kat et po dapen ke kat pat et po la kat pom po la sijut po, something like that. She will have been running the marathon for 5 hours when she finishes. This indicates that when she finishes the marathon, she will have been running continuously for 5 hours. Finishes when she has finished.
Finishes is past tense or
This is simple future. This is simple present.
simple present.
Yeah, she finishes me at still going on at that time of speaking, something like that. Finishes mean it is simple. It's not perfect. Also, this is not past. That means it's not completed. Still in the present. So it is simple. Okay, so it will be. That's why here when she finishes, when you say when she, if it is when she has finished, then this will not be, because here it is the work should go on, the running should go on. Okay, so because it should be continuous, that's why they have used finishes here. This indicates that when she finishes the marathon, not completed, but the other one is completed and continuous. That is, the running has already started and going on for, and when just before that, already 5 hours will be continuous, completed and running continue. 5 hours ang tangan pa ako, kalbom lang, sida lab, jud po dog hut bangke. That is the meaning of this one. Jud lang sa jud po dog hut. Okay, 5 hours bang katet po alaman. Alam so, 1 minute bang 2 minute bang pinibag kat po. That means it should be continuous, you know. That's why this indicates that when she finishes the marathon, she will have been running continuously for 5 hours. Because why future perfect continuous? It should be future. That means it should not complete. It should go on. And perfect means about the main verb, that is running. That should be perfect. That means already started going on and continuous. That's why running continuously. Have been running is needed there. It's not, we have got nothing to do with finishing the marathon or not, but it is with the running. So have been running continuously for 5 hours. So when she finishes the marathon, she will have been running continuously for 5 hours. So this is how we have to use indicating. Before that one, if we have another verb, then we can't use will again, because we have already will there in the second part of a sentence. Will have been running there. That's why she finishes is the verb. We have to use the simple present in the first verb. She finishes the marathon. She will have been running continuously for 5 hours. Okay, the clarity will be there if we go on this one. Okay, let's start. Let's say this one. Number 1 again. They will have been playing football all afternoon when it starts to rain. They will have been playing football all afternoon when it starts raining. Ladakta mo anar lo gutte afternoon galaktum patu bompo la arve janglo po anke alatum kon patu bom afternoon anda patu bompo. This suggests that when the rain starts, they will have been playing football continuously throughout the entire afternoon. Afternoon arve jang po pulote arve jut po dogdo hoche arve jang ta hai po. So arve jang lo pulote latum ke la narlo anke patu bom patu etpo la patu bompo. That is the meaning. They will have been playing football continuously. Sang sepin patu ron. That is the meaning of this. Mo arve jang lo pulote. Mo arve jang lo pulote in Karbi, if we translate, it will be when the rain will start. But we don't need to use here will start, because in English, this is a rule. The first one, you should use the simple present. This will, this suggests that when the rain starts, you have to say. When the rain will start, you don't need, because the will is already there in the second part. Will pongni use nangano. When the rain starts, pulote helikar bipenke. When moar vijang lo pulote, that is the meaning of this. But here in present perfect, future perfect continuous tense, the first one will have only the simple present. When the rain starts, they will have been playing football continuously throughout the entire afternoon. Okay. Number 2, by the time next year, we will have been living in the city for, by this time next year, we will have been living in the city for a decade. Yes.
What to say? How to say? I'm sick in Karbi.
Okay.
Muarve jamlote, dorok muarve jamlote, mulahaya peri, oi dun etha. Just example. When the rain
comes,
start, but comes,
comes take out,
when the rain,
take all the clothes inside, people. Take all this clothes. Simple, money. Simple. Long me ong la bangay mo tia ron palam cholo sila il tumi ngere. When the rain comes, take all the clothes inside pulang po.
Mane perfect continuous pinilasan use pelotang de kosan future
Future pulote. When the rain comes, you will.
When the rain will comes.
When the rain comes, when the rain will come, the future continuous unil labange. When the labang future perfect pulote labangke, you will be taking the clothes nang lason si punang ko podamangke. When the rain comes, when the rain starts, you will be taking all the clothes inside popo. You will be taking like a present
Continuous, perfect continuous.
Perfect continuous lah bangke. You future perfect continuous lah bangke. You will have been taking pula bangke perfect continuous pola bangke. You will be taking pulute lah bang. You will be
taking the future continuous lah.
Continuous continuous lah bang. You will be taking pulute. Nang li perfect use si pulute. You will have been taking punang li. Jatle use the middle is nang li yung si future perfect. You will have been taking the clothes inside popo. When the rain starts, you will have been taking the clothes inside. Popo. Arbi jang lo pote nang lahai ke ki oi pon po. Opansi budam lo elit karbialman ke arlo hem ke pon po ki opansi hem pon po. Opansi budam lo. When the rain starts, so nangli future perfect continuous use li put lasondo. When the rain starts, you will have been taking all the clothes inside popo. Lasondo. Yes, simple lapo continuous job. But when the rain starts, you will be taking puchole continuous. Okay. When the rain starts, you will be taking the clothes inside pucholo. So perfect future perfect koni hola po.
Pura simple pelotang de when the rains.
Nang like order kipulo po. So when the rain comes, take all the clothes inside popo. La sonchat po. Kipin kat alam do kogloma de kipin kat ketan alam do kogloma de di la prote nang like order imperative sentence lo yun hula isi apart bank. When the rain comes, take nangli imperative sentence lo ano imperative mane bang phan kichu nangli bang phan kipu bang phan kipin kat ketoy la so sentence bang imperative sentence lo. Let's say if the rain comes, take all the clothes inside popo. Simple là bằng si use nó phải cái ông dung bằng thì mà làm cái tại mong dung là hai bin là hai future perfect continuous munit cái use very rare use pick ani kali là chỉ tum ajulong o idelo matiti munit kuan ma direct kuan ma idea cái simple long an si hola kiting kilo pulote idea kuan si cái prap ma kuan si cái chini alam si do kogloma dedi.
Simple means
simple mena simple athima ideas polam no mate nang likama thala men chini nang po ala kama thala men chini nang po simune tumla so bang direct cbc use le when the rain come, take all the clothes inside popo la bangke salam po
tami aro sini gubanalam hede mo kapag long hanse tam
la bang chini po athima yang utman ke institution nang kok ti la salam le tung chini ve nang ko po that's in future continuous ta nang kok po athima yak tum bang mo lam yi than express the mani ideas pula so phan sia sai la dam voya sai pula hai nang ko yi ma ti la bang chini nang kok pa la bang ke so main phan when that one is going on pula bang continuous to use nang kok po ma ti lai bang ke ta muni tum la po conversation kitchen than ke un simple direct ong me ong la thema ideas ko san si kichini ka clear yama palam lo expression communication ma ti la ka communication ge kwan ma ideas hula language bang pading des hula ideas bang ke express bang short ong me ong lo palam lo just business long bang lo muni tum ta lo day to day conversation bo ke ideas bang nang li kamatha ko some ideas muni tum chini ni palam le padin nang le feelings nang le kamatha pulote direct ong me ong lo clear ong me ong lo ta la pu pakek pakang pulote la bang ke just so hula nang ne dun thek de po palam le ta si business long ta just business long ke la ke short sentences use ong me ong lo business long life business conversation long man ke athema dag bang ko pilo kichibuji ideas ke long tap han lo mati ki nang so mai bang ke ala pini hirjir togi no ho pini lahai lam bang ke chol he la bang ke pakek bakang aja so pu pa thedin da pading me lo pair palir me lo chata thang la son ta acha malir pi me lo he ke tok lang bang ke la bang me yong la song me ke tok phang lo mani hirjir lo jat lo si pa ju me sanji pulo te ke tok la phang the lam nung ji long bang ke just met thiong me yong lo direct short direct athia ideas palam do kon lam ching ki long ke ideas ji ne chi bi je pulo te aside da chun ji de pomate especially in business English we have to speak short direct sentences but we have to know grammar rules mà nang ko yim pen tok nang kok po ke lai nang kok pala so phang le sta business long association ke la long business English long mang ke nang li ko an ma ka direct ke short lan la theman nang li main business long idea ko pilo nang li alang phan buji ni alang nang li pi ma kinung ji ni alang buji ni ma de di buji clear dak ni ma te lan lo te main bang ka purpose bang ke business long ke let's say short direct clear sentences must be spoken or written. Okay. Talk ta giống si cái talk lang ta lo short. A point hai point do nang po yo. La po pakai pakang bolo te lamang ye. Kopi manung jin nep thak po misunderstanding do kok po. Salam. Ta ilitum lahai bang ke rules bang chini nang kok. Tema how in situations ta lahai express nang kok ta hai. Kita man to man individual to enjoy the group to group bang ke on maka direct la look make it. Just submit business along ke. But it's important we should know all this because sometimes in writing we use. Thank you. Number 3 bang number 5 bang. By this time next year, we will have been living in the city for a decade. Lai bang pini deposit piang bo mane hem lason formal speaking along ke jathan polte relaxingly but lai bang use po ha. By this time next year, we will have been living in the city for a decade. Pini chingki asan son alam jathan po. Morning an ke nitum ke ladak be kon bo morning la swa rong su pilong nitum ke ningkan kep an po ke kido la hai cha than ni ma te moni tum ta son son alam cha than ma te la say by this time next year we will have been living in the city for a decade morning la swa por an pol nitum la dak ke ningkan kep an lo kido bompo opan su butam lo dak ke la so por morning an bang ke non la so por morning an bang ni tum bang ke dag ning kan kep an si ki do bom po nang kan ki do bom ma song ki do hedi po pan si budam la se la hada na
10 years
decade la ka 10 years lo la ning kan kep la so ajak phan ka period phan ke decade ke la do 10 years phan lo Hula 2000 to 2010 an ke 1 decade to 1 decade la ko 2010 to 2020 an ke ako isya decade lo decade hedi hula 90s 80s 2000s pudom la ke decades lo ningkan ke ba period pan ke decade lo decade ningkan ke ingpen paru isi pur century pula paru si ban century lo aporam la hedi ben ke suri isi pulte millennium po millennium polo ta sia por phandi a decade bang ke galang ola century bang ke li tum kan 21st century long no mati hadi 21st century 1918 la hai tum ke hola bang ke 20th century lo no 21st century lo la 20 ningkan phalo istira in ko la isia sisuli bom no mati non ha 21st century lo 바로 이 볼때 that is a period of 100 years. So by this time next year, we will have been living in the city for a decade. Okay, so sentence 2 is clear. Jiren Sadin, no problem. Okay, we go to sentence 3 then. We will have been working at the company for 20 years next month. He will have been working at the company for 20 years next month. Mo chik lulu pote alang ke la so company long ke claim bom ke ningkan in ko anpo. De mon mo chik lu anpo lo pote alang da ke claim bom ke ningkan in ko anpo ke claim. Po ban si budam lo. This says that next month he will have been continuously employed at the company for 20 years. Ningkan in ko pelang sita non da claim bom lang morning da mo da claim morning mo chik lo da claim bom ang sita mo chik claim bom hutsi morning mo chik lo an lo pote la ke inkan in ko an lo ke claim bom da so company lo. That's a meaning mo chik lo pulote. Okay. So this is the ideas about future perfect continuous tense. It is to be used for future actions that will be continuous to a certain point, at a certain point. Piniasai mo future hud dam wo giasai. Cheng na cheng lo se dam wo giasai. La so action mo la so sai pansin nangli future perfect tense enang. That's how we use future perfect tense. Okay. So let's do a little bit of exercise and for clarity, for more understanding. Okay, fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb in brackets, future perfect continuous tense. Okay, number 1. Will you try this, Jiren?
Okay.
Future perfect.
By this time next year, they will have been living in the city for 10 years.
Yes. By this time next year, they will have been living in the city for 10 years. Okay. Sadin, that's practice. Number 2.
She will be exhausted because she will have been running a marathon for 3 hours.
Yes. She will be exhausted because she will have been running a marathon for 3 hours. Okay. 3 hours. Number 3, Jiren.
I'm sure they will have been studying all night before the exam.
I'm sure they will have been studying all night before the exam. Okay. Sadin. Number
By
4.
the end of the day, by the end of the day, I will have been working on this project for 6 hours.
Yes. By the end of the day, I will have been working on this project for 6 hours. Number 5. Jiren.
This time next month, they will have been traveling for 2 weeks.
Yes. This time next month, they will have been traveling for 2 weeks. Good. Okay, we have to choose here some options they've given. A, B, C. One of them is correct. And we have to use the correct form of the future perfect continuous tense. Number 1. Which one should we choose here? A.
Will have been waiting.
Yes. By the time you arrive, I will have been waiting for 3 hours. Number 2.
Will
have
reading.
Will have been reading. That's number C. C should be the option. Okay, she should be the correct option.
Will
He will have been reading for 5 hours by the time he finishes the book.
Finish the book.
Okay. Number 3. They will have been. Number A will be the answer here, the option. Correct option.
They will have been playing football all afternoon.
All afternoon. They will have been playing football all afternoon. Okay, that's right. So we have come to the end of all the tenses today. If we need to revise, we can do once more. And afterwards, quick revision. In the evening class, you won't be attending during there. But today also still, it will be past perfect, I think, today in the evening class along with the others. So no problem. I'm not going to start it. This is the main class for both of you. This is the main class. So whatever is done here only, I will repeat in the evening. Anyway, in the evening class, it will there only up to 27 of this month. Then of course, the timing will be there always. And because other students, they may come for that. Okay, then. Okay, then. Do we need to revise? Let me go out for some time.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I'll come after some time.
Yes. Sadin. Hello.
Hello, Jiren.
Yeah.
Hello, hi, Jiren.
Yeah. How?
How? Good.
How?
I am good.
Oh,
How about you?
me too. Good only.
Uh,
My business is very low.
what
Business.
will you doing? What will you doing today?
I have nothing to do, but there I have to do my office work. And evening I have an online meeting or RBM. There is a meeting, online meeting
Mm,
in the time.
You have appointment with your staff.
Not staff, my colleague
Then,
at
uh,
all the others branches manager.
mm,
Because we have now 45 branches in Northeast.
mm,
So
I think
all,
you already told about this,
pardon?
but thanks for you have already told us
Yes,
this one that uh what did you say? I forgot. How many? How many is that in your
45.
office?
45,
45.
25, I think. Jiren, your branches in Northeast.
No, sir, 45.
45. Or in Karbi Anglong, how many are there?
In Karbi Anglong, still only 2 branches,
To here in Difu
Difu
and
and Bokajan.
Bokajan. Oh, yes.
Different Bokajang.
People will go on. You can slowly spread.
Karbi Anglong is not too much big.
It's not too big, yes. And people are actually, it's got to do with mainly in the cities, in big cities, because it's got to do with the economic situation also, the financial.
And also communication also, sir.
Yeah, communication also, yes, that's needed. Transport and communication.
Amren can install, but
Yeah,
there is problem.
Communication problem, transport problem.
Yes, transport problem.
Problem, yes. Mm.
That's
Main
why.
road, if we don't have good road, you know, that's why good roads are very important for development. Without good roads, nothing
Yes.
can be done. Road and electricity, you know, without this is difficult. Even if we have the ideas, then we can't do, because when the transport is not good, when the roads and the power is not good, we can't do develop. We can't do anything.
Yes.
Mm.
Like Bokazan, Difu, there is
Different.
available
Available.
vehicle.
So the market is
Yeah.
good in those places, because once the
Still,
transport is good,
still,
road is good, then people will come and go for buying and selling, you know. So it's good.
yes.
But when there's no road, people will not go. How there will be
Yeah.
business? How business will survive?
Yes.
Business won't survive. That's why if the economic needs to improve, then so much of things, and especially the road, people must have no problem going to different places to do work and earn their livelihood.
Mm. Sir, how to say this evening we will have a branch manager meeting.
This is how what you have said is almost correct. This evening we will have a branch manager meeting. That's all. Simple future.
Okay.
This evening we will have a branch
Manager meeting.
managers meeting.
Online.
Online.
Online or
Offline. If
sir?
it is, if you are doing like this, like it will be online, it will be offline. Physical
In
meeting.
online? In
Online.
online or
Online.
online?
Online.
On
Or simply online. Simply say online. We'll be having meeting online. That's the meaning. We'll be having branch managers meeting online. Okay.
online.
Online. Or we'll be having online branch meeting evening. That's the way. So do you need to go to some other new thing like passive or active voice, or if you need to discuss something, we can discuss? Or do you want me to do this one like this? Yesterday we learned about could, would, should. Do you want to learn something about can, may, and might, these things?
Yes, sir.
Let me check here.
Whatever you needed to teach us, you can teach us, sir.
Okay. Let me see this one. Okay. Let me share the screen. So yesterday in the school, we learned about the meaning of could, would, and should. We have this, we discuss about the differences also. Today, we'll talk a little about these three modal verbs. Modal verbs are auxiliary verbs that indicate possibility. Okay, can, may, and might. So sometimes people get confused with these three modal verbs. So let's talk about this. They're used to express different levels of possibility or permission. Remember, two things are used here. These three auxiliary verbs are used for different levels of possibility or permission. Here's a breakdown of which. Let's break down. Let's talk about can. What is the meaning? Can is used to indicate capability or ability. Ki un, ke thek. To indicate that one, we use the word can.
Okay.
Yeah, it means someone is physically, not only physically, even mentally. Abang pen ke claim unasai, mate apua tarlok pen kamata pen claim unasai. If alang long dolo, alang long dolo pote litum, alang lipan can popo. Capable of doing something. Pini ke claim un aja kong do abang pen posita mate aning pen polote. He can, but they can popo. Non lang namin usage. Number one, affirmative. I can swim. This is the affirmative sentence. I can swim. That means he has got the ability or he can swim ability to swim or capability to swim. The negative will be I can't swim. Short for cannot. It means cannot. Can is cannot. Short for cannot. Interrogative. Can you swim? Nang unma. Wek tekma. Wek unma. That's the meaning. Can you swim? Okay, this is one. And the other number 4 is for offers and requests. Offers and can you help me?
Can you help me?
Can you help me? So it's like requesting or offering. Can you help me? Okay. So there you can see example 3. She can speak 5 languages. Nungji tek son lampo. She can speak 5 languages. He can play the piano. So it's often used in informal context and is used for general abilities. Informal la hinlom. Mane just melam jipo jir piang bong just so free muchot, close muchot lo nangli can use melo. Kong do. Un manang take ma pulasang bang hai. Lake informal pone lake arona tang mane strict la mane free lo nangli jipo jir piang bong la sang just so close muchot nang bong use melo. You can use that. That's called informal. No rules are needed. So it's often, most of the time, we use it. It's often used in informal context and is used for general ability.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Juran.
What do you mean to say in Karbi often?
Often, kaiketa. There is two pronunciation. Always, often, kaiketa, almost kaiketa. Often, something like that. Often. Often, some people pronounce often also. So often or often.
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 Either is correct. It depends on your preferences. Before I used to say often, but nowadays I used to say often. So it doesn't matter which one you use. But actually here, the real OFTEN often. This often, this is actually, this is silent. T is silent.
Often.
Yeah, it is often. But now people are using even often everywhere. So both are correct. Often or often. You can use often also. But I prefer, I use often. Often or often.
According to our choice.
This is your preference, your choice.
Yeah.
Both are correct.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, this often is the British one, original one, but now the British also, they accept that this has become standard in Britain, in British English, so you can use often also. Often is American, but actually originally is American, but the British people, they use it often or often even now, so they have used this pronunciation as well. He can play the piano. So it's often used in informal context and is used for general abilities. Okay, now this is can mane kiun e alam lo dabang ke ability ketik alam lo can abang
Kami
ke
lah kerja itu melong si close atau melong
close
use
to
me lah.
la use me lo kyong dung ke use me lo close friends something like that. Can you do? I can swim. Cái bằng hắn nó thanh miễn là sẽ là đặc request bên nhà lòng mang cái năng lýจะสมัยlà request bên nhà lòng mang cái là lo can I go home, can you help me pula bang cái lại chỉ bố chỉ piang bông bằng lo so bang cái mía bang cái permission cái charge use to express permission or to ask for permission. It indicates a formal or polite way to seek authorization or grant it. You may go now. You may go now.
May I come in?
Yeah, may I come in? You may go now.
You may go now.
Okay, you may go now. Ini nang dam ta chop po pansi bu dam le. You may go now.
Nang dam tamelo.
Dam tamelo. You may not leave the room. Formal way of saying you are not allowed to leave the room. La bangke is a formal way. Si pini nang meeting along pini pina pulate. You cannot leave the room because no that pula bangke jel poje biang bong pute. So la da bangke si formal lah di. You may not leave the room popo.
You may not leave the room.
Or directly you cannot leave the room porque la bang chelon o that po lam la sida you may not leave the room. A meaning mang la so pansi putam sita formal way of saying you are not allowed to leave the room for pansi putam. So directly you are not allowed to leave the la bang pan o that hula school so martum hanason nang nak pan nang napo matide you are not allowed to leave the room. Say you may not leave the room. La bang formal and polite way of saying you're not allowed, telling others you are not allowed to leave the room. Okay. Labang permission no interrogative ke may I go to the bathroom ni damlong jima bathroom along popansipula may I go to the bathroom please. Say may I borrow your book? You may use my phone if you need to call someone. Nang ni phone use tame permission ni pila hai. Nang mani you may use my phone if you need to call someone. May is considered more formal than can.
You can use my phone.
La doctor chala you can use my phone ta use me la doctor use me. You can use my phone if you need to call someone. Namulam ke ako la dak can ta isi ako meaning bang tudela permission ta cheman holo namulam ke. So the originally bang ke may si permission pisa normal can ta permission. Lagi jipo jipiang bang can bang milo hai use milo hai. You can use my phone if you need to call someone.
The rock I can use for my with sir, like my student.
I can use it with my student put the chow. I can use it while speaking to my student or while talking to my students. For put the chow for bang use I can use it for my students. For bang or the bang. You can use it with your student or for your students. While simply while with bang a preposition bang chow that pasita I may use it while speaking to my students. When I'm speaking to my student, I can use it when I speak to my student. For bang the chocolate for bang use it for my students. May is considered more formal than can when seeking permission. Okay, so let's now like buji just permission upon the may bank. Sita non molong bangke.
Okay.
La so phanla yes met bangke. Me bangke. Sita me alar can the use that it in non molong ke. Permission. You can use your phone. Let's say, can I go out, sir? Can bang ta ako me alar me la so alar na indon holo non can bang ta. Can I go? Can you do it? So permission ta latan nang do holo non la can bang ta. Si me alar replace that it la hak tum bangke. Lam por mo ban lar boy matiti monitum ki use a link matiti. It's a fixed role abe. Might a banke, might a banke, might bank might is used to express a lower level of possibility. A lower level of possibility. Mane and banke a chance to pick pillow might a banke. They might a banke. The may and can pangbaro put a might bang a chance to elo kichamanji for a possibility banke. Sudden, try to see the difference between may and might. Might mean there's hardly a very low possibility. Might kalang high, kalita high, something like that. Kalang pota high, something that for that
Sometimes there is no possibilities. Then sometimes I have to say that maybe
maybe
may is
may is a little higher than might. Might means akado pick anki kalidar lo. Akado hoy polote you have to say may, maybe, or can be. Awi to pick mana chance compilo pote we say might is used for bear muchorlo polote. Akado hoy polote maybe or can be. Might be pote ningbiri ningbiri might be ningbiri lo polote. Lalo might bang lo useful. Might is used to express a lower level of possibility compared to may. Hula may pen can pangbadam but might a banke possibly do pigan a bear mucholo la banke. It suggests a smaller chance of something happening lang tha. It suggests kopilo might pulote ke chimanji bang da chance do pick ankali there a small slim chance lo sunke. They might win high to high. Pini patu pulote might put me pulote akado hoile he me pulote ning the hoile might pulote ning ta biri lo high ta high pu thak modem pula might banke. It suggests might be maybe pulote just ning the hoile he the mucho he can be maybe pulote might be pulote ning ta biri almost chance of this nang na he la. It's just a smaller chance of something happening. Might get. So, affirmative usage here. She might be at home. She might be at home. Hem itu di pinalo so manera so por abi pote. Dota high, so a possibility macam tu she might be at home. Ni damni ti hem du imal ho. Mate nang lihula. Rutin chini ver he la so por ke kido dese ke ong puchini lo polo te nang la son nunji melo dame she might be at home pupo she might be at home.
You can go. She might be at home.
She might be at home. By chance you may meet her if luck is there. Somehow she might be at home. You can go. She might be at home. Negative. She might not come to the party. She might not come. She might not come on a chance. She implies a lower probability than may not. Implies a lower probability. A chance money a chance might not come to the party. Might not come to the party. Might not come to the party. Si bangke interrogated the use me. Might you join us later? Might you join us later? Nang achang tu ma manang join dun Japan. Something like that is asking. Might you join us later? Might you join us later? Might you join us later? Mo pian pene achang tu nang join dun Jima. Might you join us later? The example there. It might rain later, so bring an umbrella. Chini lorle dan madidi. Abi jang ta hai pu chini vek pine jang plote protecte ta chance kom sita one then it might rain later, so bring an umbrella just in case. Jang chit jang dat pota hai asi jang dat ta hai asi one umbrella nu deng chuan nai. Abi jang ta hai. It might rain later. So abi jang polote nang umbrella asi umbrella bang one then just in case abi jang polote. Abijang pulute pusi pulan mati nasi dabang ke tomane a probability bang kono sita once nasi. It might rain pude tom abijang jangji pula ta akha mane ke chini pen a possibility bang a chang to ela sita basan chang chit puluta ali dopo kam dopo as nang chikublong po kasi wanda noi wanda. Okay, number 2 bang I might go to the concert if I finish my work in time. Đi đun ta hai concert long là cái đun cái cam cái concert đun ta hai trong sine ne cam appointment pa tang lo polote sida ke dun po ta alam de ta sai alam si do kong lo ma ta sai tang de tik ke hola da ke dun ya alam se abla si I might pusi en nang ko po lage tema asai bang tang te lang jong sine sai tang lo pan sine ke dun ya alam do kong la si I might if I finish my work ta appointment ya sai che klem long polote ne I might go to the concert if I finish my work in time. Okay. So this is an important note. Might is often used in situations where there's uncertainty. Uncertainty money protecte. Protecte la pen a chance ke kom pinega chimanji a chance ke kom slim pick kom pick do pick pick chimanji la son situation hotsi ilitum might use ne asan ke jong dam. So might is often used in situations where there's uncertainty or a lower likelihood of the event happening. Lando difference banke may and might banke. The differences can pen may are different bang mo pen jitani bomle itum kachapre. The key main difference banke pilo in level of formality. Da bang can pen may banke formality alam lo. Mane mangpan man ki pi konama manhon man aling the ke the tum lam ki use ni mate me thang bong si beta level je po je piang bong kai ching ki bra bong ki use ni alam si do ko da pa can pen me bang ke. The key difference is the level of formality and the type of permission being asked. Pene kai chi ni chen pa can po use mil hai sta ling ke the mane li pen ke the do to can I go out sa po panchalon pick with that pa hai the bang may si use nang pa litum. Can is more informal. Informal mane like free mucho la dabang ke rules pen in abelo can banke is more informal and used to ask if someone has a physical or mental ability to do something more. Mate can or is used for physical or mental. Can he do it physical mentally to do something. May is more formal. May bang bisi formal la pen la ke just bang ke permission can japan. May I go home? By the permission can be you may go home or you may go out. That's an just bang ke. Can bang ke informal may bang ke formal la may the difference bang ke. The difference between this can is used for more informal situation and may is used for more formal situation. That's the difference between can and may. And may and might, these two are very similar. Chinglet pigmasi itum confused that to leha labange. Very similar. Chingledo. Sita may generally suggest a slightly higher possibility. A possibility bang omuchot polote elitum might can use silo elitum may bang si useful. We'll be using may. However, may generally suggests a slightly higher possibility or a more formal tone. May bang might suggest a lower possibility. Chance kong bang ke lalo. Chance kong bang ke might bang. A possibility bang ke. Dan lot different bang ke. Maybe he will come. Might be. Bang ke. When there's lower possibility. So these are the differences between can, may, and might. We'll use more in the next. So we have come almost to the end of, we're going to be 6. So
Okay, sir.
do you want me to
We
send
will
some?
stop here.
Yeah, both of you can go on. So if you need some exercises on can, may, and might also,
Yes,
whatever
sir.
we have done that, and all those future perfect continuous, I'll send you, both of you.
Okay.
And for Sadin, I'll mix up. Okay, Sadin, then.
Mm,
Okay, then. Good day.
mm.
Good
Okay,
day,
sir.
sir.